Alright, good day guys. This is apriyasaj.web, and the project that we are going to talk about is Request Header Parser Microservice, which is under the Backend Development Certification by freeCodeCamp. This is one of the project you should build in order to get the certificate of the Backend Development. And here is the test wherein the freeCodeCamp set a request to API who am I should return a JSON object with your IP address in the IP address key. Now we can search this one, and a request to API who am I should return a JSON object with your preferred language in the language key of the browser that I am using. A request to API who am I, which is this one, should return a JSON object with your software in the software key. So in order to do that, first, the technology that I use here, the technologies I use here is Bootstrap for front end and NodeJS Express for back end. Okay, we can visit the front end first. Okay, this is the href of the who am I, which will automatically add in the back end once we click that, which is here. Okay, we will now tackle the back end code before we actually start playing the project. Okay, this is a default. This is the send file for you to get the front end in dynamic website, if I'm not mistaken. And app.get API who am I REST JSON, which is the request connection remote address. Okay, what is this? How to get the IP address of the using JSON. So we can just find it here in the connection remote address. Will contain the IP address of the client making the request. So I am requesting the who am I. So the JSON should respond whatever the API of my I'm using, and language request headers accept language. Okay, you can visit the MDN Mozilla.org, wherein just use the accept language, and the response should be like this, which is the freeCodeCamp is looking. And whatever the software we are using, guys, we can visit also. You can play along in the MDN user agent, and this one request header. So whatever the user is requesting, which is the user agent, is a characteristic string that lets servers and network peers identify the application, operating system, vendor, or version of the requesting user agent. So that's how it works, something like this. Mozilla, which is the web. So yeah guys, and now we will try to actually using the Request Header Parser Microservice, the project under the Backend Development Certification in freeCodeCamp. Okay, we will now click the who am I. So this is the IP address I'm using. Okay guys, that is blurred because that is my IP address. That should be private. And the language I'm using, using the accept language JS API, they actually can get whatever the language I'm using, and as well as the software, Windows 10, Win64, x64, and Chrome, Safari, Edge. So that's how the project works, guys. So such a big thing, especially when you're you can just include this small project to your big project that you're using, and this may help you to your future coding using the request header parser. So am I, and this is okay. That is blurred, guys, because that's to prevent the potential hacker. So that's pretty much the request header parser, guys. Thank you so much for watching, and see you again for the next video.